personal choices. There's no reason why anyone should worry about posting a photo of themselves in a bathing suit. People wear bathing suits. Like that is you're allowed to be in public in a bathing suit. You go to a pool, you're in a bathing suit, people see you. There's no reason to say this is wrong or bad. This is, it's not illegal, it's not problematic. Your daughters go to swimming pools, I assume, with a lot of the same people who are going to look at their social medias. There's nothing inherently bad or wrong about it at all, and they should not have to shoulder the burden of societal bullshit. That said, if you recall a couple of years ago, and I know you know because I reached out to you at the time, I injured myself. A bowl fell from a high place, cut my leg, nicked an artery, had to drive myself to the ER with my leg out the window, wrapped in like kitchen towels and chip clipped together. This is like 1 a.m. I was completely alone. I was in the hospital. They had me on IVs. They were rushing around. It was not a fun experience, but I felt a little scared and a little alone. And it was the middle of the night and I didn't want to wake up anyone I knew. So I took a picture from the hospital bed. The doctor had wrapped my ankle and I was just there with my legs, and I took a picture of my legs with my ankle and my feet. Didn't think anything of it because it was not scandalous. It was a hospital ER room picture. And I posted it online. I was like, something, whatever, having a fun night. I did that because I needed connection in that moment. I needed to see was anyone up? Could I sit and look at my phone and reply to people and talk? I needed someone to kind of virtually hold my hand a little bit. And I didn't want to bother anyone or wake anyone up. So this was a way of kind of being like, oh, here's people in different time zones. And there's, people were lovely. And
I remember I called you several times that night and you kept answering and say, not you, Pete. I was like, okay, I'm just looking in on you.
I didn't say that every time. A couple of times I was just like straight to voicemail.
But go ahead with it. So you post this picture and it's your legs in it and
and my feet.
And your feet,
which are not a part of my body that I feel anything about. My feet are incredibly utilitarian, and I'm so happy that they get me from place to place. And that's the extent that I worry about my feet. Last month, a couple and every day since, just out of nowhere, after years, I get notifications that picture is on a foot fetish website. Come see Maura Quint's feet. I get this notification every 2 or 3 days now. Hey, we got hot, sexy foot content. I'm like, it is one photo that I took from a fucking hospital bed.
Yep.
And it is on a foot fetish website. Should I have not posted that because somebody could take that photo and post it in the place and some dudes could jerk off to looking at my feet? I don't think that's my responsibility per se. Should I grapple with that in some way, or have an awareness that everything I post online is going to potentially be used in completely undesignated ways, in ways that I would never sanction or say? Look, if I wanted someone to be jerking off to my feet, I would go for hotter pics, I would do something very specific.
This was some sweet cold hard cash too.
Yeah, this was not, I wasn't trying to engage a fetish here. And so it's a really complicated thing where we can't internalize and take on the burden of that when we put anything out there, because most things are going to be taken and corrupted. But we also have to be aware of that because we live in a fucking shithole of a world. And that unfortunately, for now, most things we put are going to be taken and corrupted, or have the possibility of being taken and corrupted. And so I would not think there would be anything wrong with your daughters posting photos of themselves in any way they want to do. And I think they should be empowered to do it. And I do not think that they should ever feel that they have to shoulder the burden of making themselves appear a certain way for the world, because that is a losing bet. You can try your whole life. I've never posted a photo of myself in a bathing suit ever. But here I ended up on a fucking fetish website because I went to the hospital. No matter what you try to do to conform to what society is telling you that you're supposed to do, you're going to fail, because it is set up for you to fail. And especially as a young woman, it is set up for you to fail. So Yeah, she could post a photo of herself or not post a photo of herself. What if she's at the pool and someone else takes a photo and she's in the background of that photo? There's so many different ways. Whatever she chooses to do needs to simply be her choice, with the understanding that there are terrible people and that's not her
And I
responsibility.